Hello, welcome back. Oh, I've got my Amy up there again. I was going to not show my Amy Winehouse for these kids' books readings just because she's smoking a cigarette earlier. I don't really want kiddies to see that. So I'll just pop that down there. So here we are. Well, welcome to our second in the series of reading books. Now, you may have noticed the first one is no longer available. I didn't attain permission to do that book. So I've just taken it down. If I attain permission, I will put it back up again. Now, to get around that issue of reading permissions, I did a bit of searching and I've found the Library of Congress. The Library of Congress has books which people can read for free. So that's what we're going to read from today. It's a book called, I can just work out where to put myself, The Circus Procession by the McLaughlin brothers, New York, in 1888. They wrote this book, so it's a part of American history. Now, I haven't read it again, so anything could happen here, but I'm hoping it's not horrendously politically incorrect or something. But here it is. It looks like it's beautifully drawn, at least, if nothing else. So here we go, from all the way from 1888, The Circus Procession. The Circus Procession. Open the gates and draw the curtain. Here comes something fine, that's certain. Louder the band begins to play. Open the gates and clear the way. Enters a queen with a king beside her. Every horse is proud of his rider. Two by two they march to the tune and head the procession that will follow soon. Just going to swap my screens around. Men in livery in their places make the gay steeds keep their paces, soothing down their wildest fears at the rising shouts and cheers. Jocko, in these sports a sharer, acts the part of a standard bearer, while behind him soldiers gay bugle notes of victory play. So Jocko must be this fellow, I think he's a monkey. Now a clown in line appearing, with a tandem swells the cheering. Standing on his horse's back, thus he guides them round the track. On a donkey rides another, quite as funny as his brother. Blowing bugle notes so loud, he astonishes the crowd. Here's another clown arriving. In a chariot he is driving, like a noble Roman dressed. Lo, he guides three steeds abreast. Nimble little monkey, Tony, rides upon a pony, followed by a stupid clown who thinks the rain is pouring down. It's a bit harsh. Here's a creature, young and slender, dressed in robes of dazzling splendour, in a chariot decked with gold. She's the fairy queen, I'm told. Close behind her, two enormous elephants, first-rate performers, stalk along with heavy tread, sending on their trunks ahead. Here is something very funny. surely worth the entrance money. At the sight, what laughter peals! 'Tis an elephant on wheels. Close behind him, a relation, in a state of perspiration, dons his specs and wields his fan, just like any gentleman. Here is Jumbo, gentle creature, kindness shown in every feature. On his back the children are, safe as in a jaunting car. Shetland ponies, small and stocky, each one mounted by a jockey, march twixt elephants and giraffes. 'Tis no wonder Towser laughs. Hark, the trumpet loudly pealing, knocks the plaster from the ceiling, as there marches on the course the jumbos of the police force. Clowns and dogs with queer expression have their place in this procession, and 'tis hard for dogs, I know, on their two hind legs to go. Who are these with courtly manners, bearing lofty poles and banners? Faithfully they represent followers of the tournament. Next, a line of pretty pages our attention close engages. A Chinese giant in the rear, making them like dwarves appear. Here's a funny turnout, surely, with an ostrich lashed securely to a coach Zenobia shares, and well the burden bears. Goats upon the mountains ramble, and in harness sometimes amble. But a tandem team like this is a sight you should not miss. Through the desert camels travel, speeding o'er the sand and gravel, bearing heavy burdens too, which in our land they could not do. Here the roads are rough and stony, and the camels' backs so bony, none but clowns would dare to go on them with the circus show. Goodness gracious, did you ever? Here are harnessed up quite clever. Two giraffes the whip they heed, nor venture at a breakneck speed. A soldier comes, on stilts he's walking, back of him a dude is walking, either side of him a friend, and as you can see, and that's the end. Interesting, dude. So that's a dude. Wonder what the meaning of dude was in those days. The circus profession. So that was by the McLaughlin brothers, New York, in 1888. Um, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to post up there for everyone to see um, where I've got that from. So this is from the Library of Congress site. So I've been applying for permissions to read these stories, and it can take weeks and weeks to get permission. So I am still doing that, but I don't know when it's going to come through. So until such a time, I'm going to read from here. lsc.gov, Library of Congress. There's quite a few books there, but look, to be honest, I don't know if they're going to really be that good to read. But my whole point of this stream isn't necessarily to read the best books; it's to just read books and encourage people to read to others. So, yeah, whether these books are good or not doesn't really matter. You can get your own books from libraries and read them at home. I just don't want to get sued for reading something I don't have the rights to read publicly. So yeah, but there's some odd little books here. Feel free to browse them yourself and have a look. But that's where I'm going to be reading from. And this particular one is called The Circus Procession. You'll find it on that page that I linked. I think that link's just for one of the pages of it, but you can just you can actually scroll the whole book. I might try that next time, just scrolling the book rather than going image by image, largely because when I do image by image, I get a white background, which I don't particularly like. I prefer a nice black background so you can really see the book nicely. But I welcome any feedback on that. If anyone has ideas, please let me know. So yeah, the stream's supposed to go for 40 minutes. That it was only about 20 minutes to read that. So let me just pop back there. Oh, did I close that? Whoops. Hopefully that's going to come up again. Yes, it did. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure if my window didn't size the right amount. I'm not really sure why that happened. I will try to fix that. Hang on, let's see if we can just make it bigger. Or we can. So not only can I make it bigger, I should be able to drag it to one side a bit. Maybe about there. So that then I can... Oh, why is the bottom of that cutting out? I wonder. That's super annoying. Let's try and... Yeah, there we go. That's how I want it to look. It's not quite how I want it to look, but it's certainly better than I had it. Yeah, it's still a bit messy. I'm not really thrilled, but at least the controls aren't too visible there. That's a bit better. Still got white edges. Yeah, so I hope that's clear enough for people to read. Unfortunately, when I mess with the zoom, I can't change pages. That's quick enough to do. So I hope that's clear enough for people to read. But yeah, don't worry, using those links posted in chat there. So if you're looking at the video at a later date, the links are in chat. Or you can just Google Library of Congress children books, and you can get to the website there. And these are all publicly or out of copyright books. I'll try my best to acknowledge the authors and the title and everything when I do this. So when I was on that page, I was also having a quick look through their royalty-free pictures, because everything on there is listed as royalty-free. And I thought I'll try to find a nice picture to put in on my Twitch banner. Okay, so I was looking through royalty pictures, free pictures. Anyway, I found this beautiful picture, which I'm going to stick in here. And it's really of its time, but you know, a picture tells 1,000 words, right? So here we go. Here's this picture. Hopefully that's showing up on the stream. Where are we? It is not showing up on the stream. Wait. Open with photos. Yeah, so there it is. So right, okay, so I'm looking at this photo and I think, wow, this photo is really cool. And you know, modern days you can zoom stuff and you go, wow. So these are guys, and again, if you go to the free photo section, you'll be able to find the exact link for this. I'll see if I can find it for you just so that I'm acknowledging sources properly. It is here. So it's the Library of Congress. It's Santa Anita, California Assembly Center. Young evacuees halt their ride long enough to take a bite of ice cream. So the section was called ice cream photos. Right, so anyway, it just tells 1,000 words. So here are these refugees that just arrived in Australia. Now, in America. Now these kids in this photo, what year is it? I think it's 1970s. No, 1942. Crikey! Wow. So these kids in this photo, 1942, they're going to be under 10. Geez, they must be in their 70s or 80s now. So you look at this photo and you go, oh yeah, they're new to the country. There's so much potential and hope there. But then you scroll above them, and this is something you can, you know, it's just a lot easier to do nowadays. Hang on, let's do it over here. And you see behind the wall, there's their parents all looking out. And you kind of think, what sort of hardships have they gone through to get here? So yeah, very interesting how that photo, whoever took that photo was obviously just going for the kids. But yeah, I think that's the mums back there behind them. So yeah, who knows where they all are now as the years pass. So yeah, so as a result, I didn't really think I didn't want to use that as my banner photo. So I've got photos I've taken. I just need to dig one up and just find a suitable one to use. But yeah, interesting. So yeah, there's lots of photos and kids books there. Well, not lots. There's about I think 20 kids books on that Congress site. But yeah, well worth a look, and it's it's American history. I'll try and see if I can find a similar site for Australian history, but I'm not certain if a lot of that stuff's been digitised yet. So yeah, next week I'm not sure. I might read The Three Little Pigs. That's a bit of a classic of Snow White. But yeah, as I said, I'll be picking a book from the Library of Congress that that I can read royalty free, and because of the purpose of this stream is of course not to make money, although it doesn't matter if I do, I'd be happy with that. But it's about encouraging people to read, so I don't really want to get sued for reading a book that I don't have the rights to read. So that was today. It was the Circus Procession. I hope you enjoyed it. We've still got 9 minutes to go. So I'm just going to bring that up again, if I can remember where I've put it. Ooh, excuse me. So if we go back to that one. I'm still not really happy about the way it lines up in the window. But yeah, it's interesting the drawings at that time, or I guess they're paintings, probably watercolors. That's really fascinating. Um, of course, it's dated. We tend to not have animals in circus nowadays. Certainly not with using whips and stuff with them. But it's of the time. 1888. It's gone back a long way. I think it's beautiful drawings. I mean, those elephants, they're really quite realistic the way they've got their skin. Not too realistic walking around in trousers upright, but who knows? It may well have been trained back in the early days of circuses. Excuse me? That's a very big dog. Oh, and of course the dude really tall Chinese guy. Emus? So this is an interesting one. Through the desert camels travel, which in our land they could not do. And interesting reading that in Australia, because of course Australia. Oh, my camera's gone dead again. Hang on. In Australia, the we had Afghan cameleers, so and to this day we still have camels running wild in the desert. But a dude is walking. Either side of him, a friend. So that big-headed person is the dude, whatever the dude is, or a dude. You know what? I'm gonna look that up because it's got me wondering. What was the meaning of dude? Dude. Dude meaning in 1888. See if we can find this. Oh, okay. Dude was a new word for dandy, an extremely well-dressed male, a man who paid particular importance to how he appeared. Extremely well-dressed male. So that's kind of one thing which I'm trying to do. Not that I've done it today, but I often do wear a tie. So maybe I'm a dude. So yeah, I don't know if we use dude in that way nowadays. I think it's evolved now. Any male person. Interesting when I looked this up, when I Googled this quickly, with 1888 in the search, it came up straight away. So obviously at that time, it was it was well used. American English from the 1870s to 1960s, dude primarily meant a person who dressed in an extremely fashionable manner, a dandy. So I guess nowadays we do have people like that in Hollywood. People who dress completely in the fashion of the time. But yeah, I don't think we use dude for that. City slicker's another one. In the 60s, dude evolved to mean any male person, a meaning that slipped into mainstream American slang in the 70s. Current slang retains at least some use of all three of these common meanings. So there you go. An inverse of the use of dude would be the term redneck. Poor farmers and uneducated persons, which in itself became pejorative and is also still in use. Early 60s, dude became prominent in surfer culture as a synonym of guy or fella, and I think that's how we use it in Australia. Dude, dudette, we tend to just use dude. It can be male or female. I've seen that dude around here before. Dude, I'm glad you finally called. One of the first known references of the word in American film was in the 1969 movie Easy Rider, where Wyatt, portrayed by Peter Fonda, explains to his cellmate lawyer, portrayed by Jack Nicholson, the definition of dude. Dude means nice guy. Dude means regular sort of person. The usage of the word to mean cool person was further popularised in American films of the 80s and 90s, such as, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Wayne's World, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Wayne's World, and Clerks. The Big Lebowski in '88 featured Jeff Bridges as the dude, described as a lazy deadbeat. Dudism and neo-religion. 2000, the film Dude, Where's My Car? So yeah, interesting stuff. I'll just stick that up here, just if people are interested in reading about Dude. So there you have it. That's it for today's reading stream. My camera's died again. Here it is. So thanks a lot for watching. Winston says bye. And yeah, we'll see you next week with another fine Library of Congress film. So say bye, Winston. Yes, say you later, guys. And we'll see you next week. Good afternoon and good luck. Have a quick look here. It looks like no one suitable's online. Not that I've got anyone to throw to a raid anyway, so I'm going to just end it there. Farewell. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time. Hope you enjoy the video. If you're watching this at a later date, please check the chat for the links on where to find this book and other books that can be read for free. There it is there. libraryofcongress.gov, so the American Library of Congress. So thank you very much. We'll see you next week. If you're up for watching gaming streams, I'll be doing World of Warships or maybe Genshin Impact tomorrow night. Check my schedule and we'll see you then. Good day and good luck. Dude says bye. Look at that dude.